Infinite hope in the midst of finite disappointment. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so deeply grateful to have you here with me today. Life has a way of pulling us in many directions, and yet right now, you've chosen to be here, listening, opening your heart to a message that I believe is meant for you in this very moment. So take a deep breath with me. Inhale slowly and exhale gently. Let yourself be present. Because today's message carries light, even for the darkest valleys we may walk through. Today, we are talking about disappointment and hope, two experiences that sit on opposite ends of the human journey, yet are often woven together in the same story. There is a line, a powerful truth that says, we must accept finite disappointment, but we must never lose infinite hope. At first, it sounds simple. But the more you let those words settle in your spirit, the more you realize how profoundly they can reshape the way you see your struggles, your setbacks, and your dreams. Because here's the thing, disappointment is inevitable. It visits us all. Sometimes it shows up in small ways, when a plan doesn't work out, when someone forgets their promise, when life simply refuses to go the way we imagined. And sometimes disappointment hits us in ways that shake our foundation. The loss of a loved one, the failure of a dream we've worked years for, the heartbreak of a relationship we believe would last forever. Disappointment comes in different shapes and sizes, but it always leaves us with a choice. Do we allow it to define us, or do we hold on to something greater? That's where hope enters. Disappointment, as painful as it feels, is finite. It has limits. It belongs to a specific moment, a specific circumstance. It will not last forever. Hope, however, is infinite. Hope is timeless. Hope is the whisper that says, this is not the end. There is more ahead. Keep going. Now I want you to think for a moment about your own life. Can you recall a time when disappointment felt so heavy that you wondered if you would ever stand tall again? Maybe it was a rejection letter. Maybe it was a broken friendship. Maybe it was waking up one morning and realizing life had not gone the way you planned. But here you are today, still breathing, still listening, still carrying the strength to keep moving. That right there, that's hope at work. Even when we don't notice it, even when it feels faint, hope is the quiet companion that keeps our feet moving forward. I remember a story of a young man who dreamed of becoming an artist. He poured his heart into his work, sketching late at night, painting when others were out celebrating. He submitted his portfolio to dozens of schools, only to be rejected again and again. Each letter he opened was another disappointment, another reminder that his dream was slipping further away. But he did not stop, because inside him, hope was burning. Eventually, one school saw his talent, gave him a chance, and his work went on to inspire thousands. What if he had let disappointment write the ending to his story? What if he had believed the finite setback was the final word? His journey reminds us, disappointment is temporary, but hope is eternal. Friends, I want to tell you something that might surprise you. Disappointment can actually serve a purpose. It teaches us resilience. It teaches us patience. It teaches us to value the times when things do go right. When we face disappointment and survive it, we discover that we are stronger than we realized. Disappointment is not a wall. It is a detour, a redirection, sometimes even a hidden gift. But to see it that way, we must allow hope to guide us through. Think about the countless stories of people who turned great disappointments into even greater triumphs. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. Walt Disney was fired because someone said he lacked imagination. J.K. Rowling's manuscript was rejected over and over again. Each of these people faced disappointment that could have ended their journey. But it didn't. Why? Because they held on to infinite hope. And it's not just about famous names. It's about you. It's about me. It's about every human being walking this earth. We all have moments where disappointment feels like the last word, but it never is. As long as we keep hope alive, there is always another chapter waiting to be written. Let's imagine for a moment that life is a book. Each disappointment is a chapter that feels heavy, painful, even unbearable. But hope, Hope is the author's pen that refuses to stop writing. Hope says, yes, this chapter is hard, but turn the page. A new one is waiting. And in that new chapter, beauty can rise from ashes. I want you to take a moment and whisper to yourself, my disappointment is finite. My hope is infinite. Say it again and again until it sinks in. You are not defined by what has gone wrong. You are defined by your ability to rise, to believe, to keep hope alive. Now let's talk about what infinite hope looks like in practice. Hope is not just sitting still, waiting for life to change. Hope is active. Hope is moving forward. Even when the path is unclear, hope is waking up one more morning, taking one more step, sending one more application, making one more phone call, believing in one more chance. Hope is not passive. It is power in motion. Hope is also contagious. When you choose to hold on to hope in your own life, you inspire others to do the same. Think about how many times you've been uplifted simply by seeing someone else refuse to give up. Their courage lit a spark in you. That's the beauty of hope. It multiplies. It doesn't just belong to one person. It spreads. It grows. It becomes infinite by flowing from one heart to another. There's a quote I love that says, "Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness." And that's exactly what infinite hope does. It doesn't deny the reality of disappointment. It doesn't ignore the pain. It simply refuses to let the pain be the end of the story. So how do we hold on to infinite hope when disappointment feels overwhelming? We begin by shifting our perspective. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" try asking, "What can this teach me? Where can this lead me? What is hope trying to show me through this?" When you change the question, you change the energy. And when you change the energy, you open yourself to new possibilities. We also hold on to hope by surrounding ourselves with people who lift us up. Hope grows in community. When we share our struggles, when we open up about our disappointments, we allow others to remind us that we are not alone. And sometimes, just knowing that someone believes in us is enough to keep our own hope alive. Another way to nurture infinite hope is through gratitude. Even in the midst of disappointment, there are always things to be grateful for. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we've lost to what we still have. And from that place of gratitude, hope finds fertile ground to grow. My dear friends, I know disappointment hurts. I know it can feel like the end of the world. But I promise you this, no matter how deep the disappointment, it is not stronger than the infinite hope inside you. You may bend, but you will not break. You may stumble, but you will rise again. I want you to picture yourself as a tree. Disappointment is like the changing seasons. Winter may strip your leaves. Storms may shake your branches, but your roots, your hope remains strong and unshaken. And just as winter eventually gives way to spring, so too will your disappointments give way to new beginnings. So the next time you face a setback, remember, this is finite. This is temporary. This too shall pass. But hope? Hope will remain. Hope will grow. Hope will carry you forward into brighter days. And if right now you are listening to this and you feel like you're at your lowest point, I want you to hold on to this truth. Sometimes the darkest nights produce the brightest stars. Your story is not over. Your hope is infinite, and the best chapters of your life are still waiting to be written. My friends, thank you for sharing this moment with me. I hope this message has wrapped around your heart like a warm embrace. If it has touched you, if it has given you even a spark of hope, then I invite you to carry that light with you and share it with others. Let's spread infinite hope together. And before we close, I want to ask you to do one small thing for me and for this community we are building. If this message resonated with you, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need encouragement today. Together, we can create a space where hope shines brighter than disappointment, where every setback becomes a setup for a comeback, and where infinite hope keeps us moving forward. Until next time, keep believing, keep dreaming, and keep holding on to the hope that lives inside you. Remember, disappointment is finite, but your hope is infinite.